So I'm definitely not used to making videos at this hour, but we did just get some pretty interesting news regarding Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, if it's Aaron Rodgers, nothing really comes out in a timely manner, random hours of the night, just like this. And I actually made a video today already about Aaron Rodgers and the potential of a trade to the New York Jets. And we just got some pretty interesting news regarding that. From Trey Wingo here, per sources, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets had conversations today. While nothing is imminent, Rodgers is open to the idea of going to New York. All right, so there's been so much smoke the past couple of months with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I feel like we've heard from plenty of sources saying the Packers want nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers, and then there's plenty of sources saying the Packers definitely want Aaron Rodgers back in the building. Now, as of late, it's been more on the side of the Packers don't want Aaron Rodgers there anymore. They're ready to move on to Jordan Love. We saw from Brian Gutekunst himself talking about Aaron Rodgers, saying the conversations hasn't happened yet. Then when asked the same question regarding Jordan Love, hey, is he ready to play? You know, Brian Gutekunst got right in there and said, yes, he's ready to play. I believe he's a starter in this league. So there was a very differing side there from Brian Gutekunst. So that's why I think a lot of people are starting to think that Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are about to split. And a lot more that got fueled today when Derek Carr signed with the New Orleans Saints. As we know, Derek Carr was a big target for the New York Jets. They're really trying to get a quarterback in that building. They signed offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, who we know Aaron Rodgers loves. And I think their main target this whole time has been Aaron Rodgers, but they don't even know if he's going to be playing football. But the fact that he met with them today and, you know, he's open to going to New York, this pretty much confirms that Aaron Rodgers at least isn't going to retire from football this year. And obviously, if the Green Bay Packers were even to want to trade Aaron Rodgers, which we still don't know if that's the case, Aaron Rodgers would have to agree to the destination because he does have leverage in terms of his current contract with the Green Bay Packers, and he could also threaten retirement. So the Green Bay Packers obviously don't have all the leverage there. They're going to want to try to get some compensation back for Aaron Rodgers if it is a trade. So obviously, it's going to have to be mutual on where Aaron Rodgers is traded to. So the fact that he did go to New York today, maybe had a chat with Joe Douglas, their GM, and owner Woody Johnson. Maybe he's starting to see the idea of playing in New York in the AFC, a whole different side of the NFL, because it seems more and more likely that the Green Bay Packers are not going to want him back. And even though we don't know if that's the case, the fact that Aaron Rodgers is even meeting with the brass of another team, I think gives us a pretty good idea that that is the case, that the Packers want to move on. They want to hand the reins over to their first round draft selection from 3 years ago, Jordan Love, who's been sitting under Aaron Rodgers for 3 seasons, basically being groomed, kind of similar to what we saw with Aaron Rodgers under Brett Favre. And this is Brian Gutekunst's guy. I mean, he drafted him while having Aaron Rodgers on the roster in the first round. That was a big deal. Obviously, us Packers fans know that was a complete shock of a draft. No one expected it. And then, of course, Aaron Rodgers goes on to win 2 MVPs in just the most Aaron Rodgers thing ever and really make it hard on the Green Bay Packers for drafting Jordan Love. Now we're kind of at that point where Aaron Rodgers doesn't even know if he wants to play football again. And I think the Packers, I think Brian Gutekunst at this point is tired of it. He doesn't want to deal with it anymore. He wants to move on to his guy. And that's nothing against Aaron Rodgers. But I think Brian Gutekunst wants to move on with Jordan Love, this young quarterback that he's been grooming for 3 years, that he can really fit into Matt LaFleur's system. This guy's going to do exactly what you say, exactly what play calls you say from Matt LaFleur's side of the perspective, whereas Aaron Rodgers really isn't that way. There's been reports that Matt will bring up new plays or new concepts in practice or in meetings, and Aaron Rodgers pretty much shoots it down. Now, that might not be fact. That's just some rumors that I have heard myself. Not to mention Aaron Rodgers really skipping a lot of the offseason workouts the past 2 seasons when he has new rookie wide receivers that he needs to get on the same rapport with. I'm sure Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur aren't too hot about that either. And like I said, a lot of this, yes, sure, is speculation, but it was super clear the tone of Brian Gutekunst in his press conference a couple days ago before the Combine when talking about Aaron Rodgers and when talking about Jordan Love. So as I stated in my earlier video today, if the Packers were to trade Aaron Rodgers, obviously what that compensation is, I'm not sure. I'm willing to bet that Brian Gutekunst has at least talked to a couple teams to kind of field what Aaron Rodgers may be worth at this point, but we'll just have to wait and see if that even goes down that way, what the type of compensation there is, if the Green Bay Packers are going to have to pay a little bit more of his contract. So right now, of course, we know Aaron Rodgers' contract. He has a $31 million cap hit against the Green Bay Packers cap in 2023. If they were to trade him pre-June 1st, that'll jump up to $40 million. So they'll lose another $9 million this year off the cap, but then his deal is done. He is off the books for the Green Bay Packers 2024 and beyond. I think that's the way to go because you can get draft capital for this upcoming draft, which is kind of what you want to do. The New York Jets pick at pick 13. So if you can at least get that pick, maybe a couple other things, maybe a player from the New York Jets, I think you start with pick 13, maybe try to snag a second or third, and a player, maybe some future picks. Honestly, I don't even know at this point what the Jets would be willing to give, what Aaron Rodgers is really worth. I know the owner of the Jets, Woody Johnson, I believe will kind of throw everything at the Packers just to get Aaron Rodgers in the building. And I think Brian Gutekunst and the Green Bay Packers should take advantage of that. At the end of the day, there's been a lot going on primarily this week talking about Aaron Rodgers, and we were all kind of expecting a decision from Aaron Rodgers this week, and I think we will get that very, very soon. And then that domino will fall, and then it will create a chain reaction of whether or not the Packers are going to trade Aaron Rodgers. I mean, there's been so much stuff coming out. Even Rich Eisen from NFL Network today said the Packers sure hope that Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to come back. So there's been a lot going on and a lot of talks, obviously, during the combine. When a lot of the team's personnel are all in the same building, there's probably a lot of things that are being said. But this much is clear. It seems Aaron Rodgers has met with the New York Jets, and it seems like that is definitely on the table right now. But that about does it for this video. It's a late one. Obviously, it's Aaron Rodgers. We never know what to expect when news comes out about Aaron Rodgers. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like down below. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.